Hi guys, welcome to my video, and today I'll be doing a deck profile for one of the newest relic released in Dbt-11 from Vanguard, which is Gigant Arms Silhouette or amoungus, is what we all like to call it. This is the deck used by the main character Meguru in the Vanguard Youthquake Manga, and it's a very fun deck. It's not very strong, like it's decently strong but not overly powerful like a certain budget Dragon Empire deck released in Dbt-10 that casually lasts for no reason. Yeah, like it's a really fun deck. So yeah, starting off, you have the Grade 0 starter, which is Silhouette Man, the usual overdressed starter that is not a collab or evil seed effect. Then our Grade 1 is got the Silhouette auto. When this card writes from Silhouette Man, which is the Grade 0, search your deck for the specific specific set order, review it and add it to our hand, shuffle our deck. It's the usual Vanguard Grade 1, search for set order and shuffle the deck. Then we have Kaiser Silhouette, the Grade 2. Auto, when this card is written upon by Gigant Arms Silhouette, Grade 3, choose up to two cards with two different named cards with arms in its name from your drop and call it to open rear. If it basically just call our left and right arms for free from drop that you're going to be discarding either for the set order or for riding. And our main Vanguard Gigant Arms Silhouette auto bang once per turn at the start of your attack step. So +1, choose up to two of your rear guards with choose two of your different named rear guards with arms in its name, and equals equip or arms of brave to it. Under this unit, it's a Bavsagra arms, but it's not really arms because it's not really written in the arms. It's like equipping it, I guess, or just arming your arms, something like this. But the ruling is more akin to Legion, since the card is quote-unquote armed as stand. So if they arrest, you're armed arrest, they are stand up and then quote-unquote Legion or arm into your Vanguard. And then when you attacks the Vanguard or the unit that's armed or whatever, I'll say it's armed, to your arms gains the power and the ability of the card is armed too. So you just you arm the arms, you gain the power and their effects. So if the arms 10k each, then you'll be a 33k attacker with the skill. Then the second effect is auto van. At the end of the battle, this unit attacks. If this unit choose one armed unit that is armed with this unit and move it to open rear as stand. One thing to note, it's moved as stand, not calling it. So the unit or your arms that is quote-unquote called to rear by this effect isn't called. It is just moved. So it still retains all the effect, all the triggers, power and effects given to it. So if you hit the crit, then you give the critical and power to your right arms, and you were to move it out of the skill to multi-attack, you still retain the crit and power. That is one of the best part of the deck. Oh yeah, as well as in your arm, if you put trigger power into your left or right arm, you actually gain power as well. So if you hit a crit and you give your left arm, your Vanguard will still be 43, since it's still counted as being armed together. And if you hit the front, it's just a 30k front, 30k trigger. Amazing. 20k? Nah, 30k for one front. Oh, and ruling, it says attack step, so it's not the start of the attack phase. is the auto attack step, similar to Agnimal Assassin from that regular, where sort of step is when you declare an attack, that is the start of your attack step. That's when you Soul Blast for the cost to arms. So yeah, in case people who are so bit confused on what start of attack step is and the attack phase. Of course, we do play 3 Persona. I mean, it is a Persona, you need Persona, if you don't Persona, you're GG good game, unless you're like that. Next play 3, we do play 2 Albert X-Striker. This is kind of like a flex slot that you can play or you can just remove it as well, but I do play it because it's not that bad in the deck, since the second skill is quite decent. The second part of the second skill is not bad for the deck. The first skill is the usual continuous roll and guardian circle. During the turn that your opponent drive check or damage check a trigger unit, this unit gets plus 10k power and 10k shield. Kind of I mean, it's not bad, but it's a bit And the second effect is act rear once per turn, so +1, activate the following effect. Or I mean, do the following effect. For the turn, this unit gets boost and plus 2k power, so he becomes a 15k booster. Yeah, that's it. And then remove a over trigger from your drop zone. For this turn, this unit gets continuous back row rear. All of your front row unit get plus 5000 power. It does synergize a bit with Gigant Arms, since it does make Gigant Arms 15k bigger on arms, and you also give a bit of the extra power that your arms need, because your arms are quite small. They're only 10k as they're only grade 2, and so yeah, still you do need a slow, but slow isn't really that much of a problem compared to CB if you can manage your so well. Yeah, but it is a flexible slot that you can remove it for other deck cards or other cards, like maybe have a bit of a zone, or like playing dog as well. But I'm not a big fan of that play for like CB just to have the zone and get dog. But so yeah, and it does synergize as well with the Blitz order that we do play, since it is grade 3. But for now, we do need to show off our arms, which is basically 4 of each, left and right, because it is our most important rear guard. Left arm is the one that is the skill that we're going to be using the most often, since it's auto van and rear. When this unit attacks a grade 3 Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Shiran in name, CB1, draw 1, our main draw engine, but it is very CB heavy. And our R-right is same thing, auto van and rear. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Shirat in name, CB1, choose one opposing grade 2 or greater Vanguard with Tyrants and plus 5k for the battle. You won't really be using right skill that often. Come to left, since left benefits you more with the drawing compared to the small 5k gain and the retiring. The retiring is it's useful in some cases to remove like annoying pesky grade 2 or greater, like a one rear guard that you don't want to deal with. But most of the time I don't really see myself using it, unless it's to like more control a bit against something like Misty Arc, or maybe Bastion. Bastion like all things like grade 3, so yeah. And of course, again, they're all 10k, that's why they're very small, so if you have over trigger and then guard it or then drop zone, you can use Albert to like small power game to 15k to hit a bit like smaller high number to try to push for game. And of course, speaking of Blitz order, we also have to play the Lily Fencer Blitz package, because we do kind of need it. And she does synergize quite well with Rodney in Shirat, since her second skill does remove herself from our field. But for the first skill, it's auto rear, and this unit attacks if you have a Blitz order in your drop zone, so +1, plus 10k for the battle, auto rear. At the end of battle, this unit attacks a Vanguard, CB1, mine this unit, Search your deck for a grade 2 or greater Blitz order that is not a reckless piece. Reveal it and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. If there is a Blitz in your drop zone, you may search for a set order instead of a Blitz order. So yeah, it's it searches for our one and only Blitz order in the parking deck, which is this one, which is a very good card, like really good card, since it basically just choose two grade 2 or greater unit card with different card name and point it to Guardian Circle and choose a unit in for the turn that's plus 10k power. It's just a straight up free 20k, but in EVA it's a 30k free 30k shield, because did you know it's a free 35k shield, since you can call this to call the bird and one obscurate and the bird skill to call an obscurate 35k shield. But this isn't EVA, this is shield rats, so most of the time you'll be using your left and right arm to guard. So that's a 20k free 20k shield. Or if your opponent hit a trigger, you can use our extra card, so it will be at 25k shield. Yeah, it works. And also if you have this in early hand and you don't think you can play it, you can also discard it out. Then you can have her to search for your set order, since the set order is very important in the deck. If you don't have it, then you can't use Bobo Mine, and you can't use Bobo Mine, then you can't CC, you're kind of fucked, to be honest. But first off, of course you do play for PGs, and as I said, you have to play for Bobo Mine. You really need to play for Bobo Mine in the deck. It's too important not to play more than less than 4. But something that we can reduce is Rodney. We do play 3 Rodney because it's a very scary card, since it is a 8k booster for the first attack and 18k on the second attack. Since his first skill is continuous rear, during the turn that your Vanguard is armed or equipped or whatever, that's 10k, and then auto barrel rear. At the end of battle, your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Shiraz in his name attack. If you do not have any front row rear, so plus 1, stand this unit. I mean, I play 3, of course you can reduce it to 2, that is also fine. But I play 3 because you do need a bit of booster. And yeah, you do need a bit of booster, and of course, since the second effect requires you not to have any front row rear, she synergizes quite well, since our Vanguard doesn't require like both of these to be our army to be in the front row. So if we put one in the back row, we can actually arm it as well. So yeah, and the fact, if you have Blitz order in our drop, 20k attacker or 30k on persona, or maybe with like 38 with boost or something, and then remove ourselves attack with like right or right, and then arm the Vanguard from the back row and the front row, and then call it out, and then be standing Rodney since there's like nothing in our front row. So yeah, there's one play that we can do in the deck using her. But again, for the power we do need a Blitz order in drop, and we only want to run. I mean, you can run 2, like you can decrease the Rodney or maybe decrease our Striker to play like maybe one more Blitz order. Of course, you can also remove our Striker or maybe like run Rodney for more set order, because I do only run 3, because it's a very awkward card to use, to be honest. And I feel like 3 is a decent number, but I feel like maybe increasing to 4 might be better. Let me play 1 less Albert and just like play 4 set order, which I might be doing like maybe in the future, basically like maybe a few hours later or maybe tomorrow when I want to play test it again. The skill is X, auto zone, rest this card, pick a top 7 card of the deck, choose a card with arm in its name, reveal it, and if there's a card with the same name as the chosen card in your drop, add it to your hand. If not, discard it. If added to your hand, put this card into your soul, shuffle your deck. And the second skill is Act or the Zone. If a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Shiraz in his name, put this card to soul. Choose a card. Choose up to 2 cards with arms in his 2 different named cards with arms in his name. and call it to open rear. Yeah, you can see it's a bit awkward for the first effect since you can't add it to hand, nor can you put it to drop. Since if there's a card in drop, you are forced to add it to hand and you're forced to put this card into your soul. So it's a bit awkward that if you stop 7 search and you have both left or right in your drop and you want to choose something, you are forced to add it to hand and forced to put this card into your soul. So that's why I feel it's a very awkward card, to be honest, since you don't get to choose whether to put it to drop or add it to hand. And again, you'll be a bit too free of filtering anyway, since you can filter out like almost 8 cards off in your deck just for the effect. The second effect is mainly what you want to keep it for, is opening to soul for the first effect, since your opponent might be retiring this dude, or you're gonna intercept Vanguard with this to your arms, and next turn you can use this up to steal soul and call out. And also you do need it in your auto zone for Borrow Mine to CC if you want. Alternatively, you can also insert Borrow Mine, or with Borrow Mine you can remove Rodney if you want a booster for the CC rare bug that when the booster attack, when the unit booster attack hits CC 1, as well for like a more pressuring, since most of the time your opponent will be no guarding the Vanguard anyways. But that card is a bit expensive, just a little bit expensive, you know, a little bit expensive for rare. Oh, for true lineup we play 6 crits. Obviously we have to play a Dagger Corp. I remove my Dagger Corp from Eva plus for the deck because this deck does need a bit of soul, even though I say soul isn't much of a problem, but it's better to have like Dagger Corp sometimes to put into soul, since at times you have so much card in your hand that you might as well just call off your Dagger Corp to put into your soul, and you will still have enough card in hand to guard like Tegria's double personal right turn. And of course we do run 5 fronts because again your rear is fucking small, and front synergizes well with cigarettes when they arm, being a 30k trigger. You don't really want to draw, since you do deck up quite fast in the deck since you're going to continuously or constantly keep using your left arm to keep drawing. And of course for heal, the one random re-standing heal because it's left over effect heal that I have, and obviously out of breath. Yeah, as I said, you can obviously play 4. You don't really have to play Albert. It's more like a flex slot. You can remove Albert, play like one more Rodney and one more set order, or one more set order, which definitely you have to play either 3 to 4, but best be 4, but I'm just trying out 3 and maybe like one more blitz order, since you do need a bit more blitz order so that you can have it in your drop and more constantly be able to use daily defenses Silver Blast 1 plus NK. So yeah, as I said, this is just this is a skeleton of a deck list, so I just show people all quite like a more basic version of the deck, and you can just modify and tune it to how you like it, but this is how I like my deck. Of course my deck will obviously be changing like over time after this video, and I'm pretty sure yours as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, which is going to be Eva 5.0. So yeah, bye bye.